Welcome back to Believe It or Not, the channel where we uncover stories that are too shocking to be action, yet are entirely real. Today, we dive into a tale that feels like it's straight out of a Netflix thriller. You've heard about Squid Game, the survival drama that captivated millions worldwide. But what if I told you that South Korea has a very real ongoing Squid Game where survival, despair, and debt intertwine in ways you wouldn't believe? Let's explore this chilling reality. Squid Game didn't just capture our attention because of its life and death games, it resonated because of the raw depiction of a society crumbling under the weight of debt. And in South Korea, debt isn't just an economic problem, it's a trap so many people fall into, with no way out. But this isn't just a story of despair, it's also a story of resilience, survival, and the lengths people go to when they have nothing left to lose. Imagine living in a world where debt isn't just a burden, it's a trap that could cost you everything. A world where your choices aren't about thriving, but surviving. Welcome to South Korea's real-life Squid Game, where people gamble their futures in a desperate bid to escape a crushing reality. What we're about to uncover is no action. This is the chilling story of a nation grappling with an invisible crisis that's taking lives, shattering families, and leaving many with no way out. Stay tuned. Presenter. Hi, and welcome to Believe It or Not, the channel where we dive into the unbelievable stories that are actually happening in our world. Today, we're exploring a side of South Korea that most people don't see. A side where crushing debt, illegal schemes, and survival at all costs are an everyday reality for millions. If you thought Squid Game was dark, you're about to discover something even more unsettling. Let's dive in. Setting the stage. The debt crisis. In South Korea. South Korea is a global success story. Over the past decades, it's transformed from a war-torn nation into one of the world's most advanced economies. But beneath the surface of glittering skyscrapers and tech innovation lies a shadow that affects nearly every household: debt. Presenter. Let me hit you with some numbers. As of 2023, the average South Korean household debt is nearly 190% of their disposable income. That's the highest among developed nations. To put it simply, for every dollar they earn, they owe almost two. One of the biggest culprits? Housing. Seoul is one of the most expensive cities in the world, with property prices skyrocketing over the past decade. For many families, owning a home means taking on massive loans, and that's just the beginning. The human cost of debt. Debt isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet, it's sleepless nights, broken families, and shattered lives. Take the story of Mr. Lee, a former business owner who lost everything after the 2008 financial crisis. To keep his family afloat, he borrowed from private lenders. But when the interest rate spiraled out of control, his debt doubled within months. And here's where things get dangerous. When people can't get loans from banks, they turn to private lenders, often operating outside the law. These lenders charge interest rates as high as 400%, trapping borrowers in a cycle of debt they can't escape. A rigged system, illegal gambling, and loan sharks. For some, the pressure becomes unbearable. Illegal gambling dens have become a last resort for many desperate South Koreans. In 2019 alone, the underground gambling market was estimated to be worth 80 trillion won. That's around 70 billion USD per center. But these dens aren't just about money, they're a trap. Loan sharks often lure indebted people into gambling rings, promising a chance to win it all back. But the odds are stacked against them. Win, and the sharks take a massive cut. Lose, and your debt grows even larger. When debt turns deadly. The harsh reality is that many never end a way out. South Korea has one of the highest suicide rates in the developed world, with debt being a leading cause. Every year, thousands of people take their own lives because they feel there's no escape from the financial trap. presenter. It's heartbreaking to think about, but these numbers represent real people. Mothers, fathers, young professionals, all pushed to the brink by a system that feels unforgiving. The real-life Squid Game. If all of this sounds familiar, it's because Squid Game hit the nail on the head. In fact, some events in the show are eerily similar to real-life stories. In 2019, a group of people who fell victim to a Ponzi scheme were forced to complete humiliating and dangerous tasks to clear their debts. While no one died, the emotional toll was devastating. These schemes prey on desperation, and for many, it feels like a survival game, just like in the show. The difference is, there's no prize money waiting at the end, only more debt. A glimpse of hope. But this isn't just a story of despair. Across South Korea, organizations and individuals are stepping up to get back. NGOs are providing free financial counseling, helping victims of predatory lending, and even offering legal support. We've seen so many people come through our doors feeling hopeless, but with the right guidance and support, they've been able to rebuild their lives. It's not easy, but it's possible. Take the story of Mrs. Park, a single mother who was nearly evicted after falling behind on her mortgage. With help from a local charity, she renegotiated her loan and started a small business. Today, she's debt-free and thriving. What needs to change? The South Korean government has introduced measures like debt restructuring and low-interest loans for struggling families. But critics argue these are only band-aid solutions. To truly X the problem, systemic changes are needed. Affordable housing, better bankruptcy protections, and stricter regulations on private lending. Until then, the cycle continues. But one thing is clear, South Koreans are resilient. They fight, they survive, and they persevere. And their stories deserve to be told. Closing thoughts. So, what do you think? Could you survive South Korea's real-life Squid Game? This story isn't just about numbers or statistics. It's about people, their struggles, their resilience, and their hope. And it's a reminder that sometimes the most unbelievable stories are the ones happening right now. If this episode opened your eyes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts below and hit that bell icon so you never miss a story. Until next time, stay curious and remember, sometimes reality is stranger than fiction.